Alright, we have the Cornucopia and Guilds set here, and this board is beautiful. This is a lovely, this is one of the prettiest Dominion boards ever. Menagerie deck, you could play Butcher and Jester. His remake to trash, Baker as well, just to stack up on coin tokens. Plaza is nice for plus actions, of course. Herald is there as well, and there's Fairgrounds just to top it off. Beautiful board for Fairgrounds. You want everything on the board. Absolutely everything. Well, not absolutely. Probably don't want Chris. So my opponent starts it off with a single coin overpay on the Doctor. So we do have the coin token from the Butcher. And I thought if you were going to overpay the Doctor, you might want to spend your coin token and have a shot at trashing 2 cards. My opponent thinks otherwise and picks up just a single what is this called? Single overpay, single trash with the Doctor. This turn 2, this is a very good turn 2 for him, picking up a Butcher. So I like the Butcher for him over the Jester. There's still a couple of estates in his deck, and eventually you could chop and change the Doctor into something else after it's put in its finest work. So he has a lot of trash in, right? That prompts me to go double remake. I need to keep up with his fast trashing to try to stay in this game. And double remake hopefully won't collide. Chances are it won't. Trashes quickly as well, right? That'll be 4 cards in our shuffle. That's real good. So his Doctor comes out, gets rid of a couple cards. And so far we are okay on the trash in front. I think we've trashed the same number of cards, or roughly so anyway. He gets a Plaza here. Butcher doesn't convert anything, just picks up the coin tokens. Here, I spend a bit of time thinking about whether I want to trash the last estate. If I leave it around, there's a slightly better chance, I think, that my Menagerie will trigger. Slightly better. Slightly. Only very slightly. But I decide, you know what? It's not worth it. Just pick up the second Menagerie and go with that. So pretty good remake turns for me. All the estates have been converted. I picked up 1 silver because I needed to buy some 5 costs, and a couple menageries. That's real good, and eventually I could remake the other remake into a 5 cost of my choice. So that was the whole idea going behind the double remake opener. I liked it. I liked it a lot. So his Doctor comes out and gets rid of a copper at this point, and he spends quite a bit of time thinking about what to buy here because he has the coin tokens from the previous Butcher play that he didn't spend. So like probably quite a few options for him here, but I think the best thing to do would be to pick up a Jester, and that is what he ends up doing. He has the Plaza, and so he can support, well, 2 of the 3 terminals in his deck, but by now you probably don't want to play that Doctor very often. Butcher and Jester are just far more powerful than the Doctor. So his Jester misses me here, which is, you know, expected given that my deck still has quite a bit of copper in it. His Butcher comes out now and converts an estate up into a Menagerie. So he's humming along real nice here. Picks up another Menagerie with spare coin token of the Doctor. So here I am going to get rid of my second remake. Not sure if it was the correct time to do so, but it allows me to pick up a 5 cost, which is a Baker here. So I pick up the Baker because I have the Jester and the remake as my terminals and no Plaza yet. So that's why I went for the Baker there as opposed to the Butcher. If I had a Plaza, I'd have picked up a Butcher. I don't. So Baker for me. His Jester hits my Menagerie, which is terrible. I don't want him to get free copies of things, but he does. So again, my Jester misses here, and 6, I pick up a gold here. Now that is probably the worst decision of the game for me. That could have easily been an overpaid Herald, for example, or Butcher, or another Baker. I think gold was kind of weak. Although you would like to have a gold in your deck, I don't think this is the time and the place to do it, especially given that my opponent, look at his turns. Menagerie triggers, Doctor kills 3 coppers, clean. His deck is clean and efficient at this point. So one thing I saw in this game is the coin tokens interaction. Right? So Butcher can convert one card into another card, and it gives you 2 coin tokens to play with. If you have an alternative source of coin tokens, it makes Butcher quite a bit more powerful. And there's 2 sources on the board. There's the Baker and there's the Plaza. So that is pretty good. Plaza also helps with the menagerie. So he has a couple coppers. You could discard one of them to his Plaza, and yeah, get a coin token and then draw with menagerie. That's excellent. He picks up a remake here. Just real good. His Jester is sniping out good stuff from my deck. Here he remakes his Doctor into something. I believe, yeah, another Plaza. And he trashes a menagerie, which I don't really like trashing the menagerie. That is where your draw comes from. You really don't want to trash that. It doesn't matter at this point because his deck is that thin and he's so far ahead, but I think you would want to keep the menageries around. But he gets more plazas for it, which is fine. And yeah, Jester's gonna come out again, and Butcher's gonna come out again here. So he has quite a bit of coin token. So this copper is gonna push all the way up to silver. Draw the silver up with the plaza. Get another copy of the menagerie. Of course, we've been very generous to him this game, and he goes for 8 province, which is, I mean, that's fine, right? I mean, there's something to say for building while you're ahead, but with the Butcher in his deck and the copious source of coin tokens, he could just take that 1 province and probably run the game in a couple turns. So yeah, that's a little bit scary. I need to be very, very fast. I need to have a good turn or something here. He has a couple Jesters now. One of them picks up a menagerie, so that's 3 free menageries. Well worth the $5 from the Jester. Well worth it. And gets a 2nd province. So at this point, my hope, my only savior, is the fairgrounds. But really, I think that's a far-fetched plan. Like, I'm not fast enough. I'm nowhere near fast enough. My Jester gets me a menagerie, which I will happily take. That is the last one. 8 could go for province, but I am going to pick up now the overpaid Herald. Because I realize, oh, there's a menagerie in the discard pile. I could get that back with a Herald, and the Herald also helps me for a unique with the fairgrounds. Like I said, that's how I am coming back in this game, if at all I'm coming back. But yeah, my opponent has plans to shorten the game, turning a province into a province. Well, maybe doesn't have plans to, but it allowed him to activate his menageries, so it's another nice thing Butcher can do. Get rid of one of your duplicate cards. And I'm getting peppered with shots from this Jester here. Silver goes by, copper goes by, or plaza, sorry, goes by on a silver. He takes the silver and the plaza, of course. The menageries are now firing somewhat reliably, somewhat because they stop here because I have so much copper from the Jester. So here I'm still thinking about the fairgrounds. I have to keep a copper at least, so I am not going to play the remake. Instead, I am going to Butcher. Again, the Jester misses there. The curse is actually helpful to him because of fairgrounds, I think, and menagerie. And it takes a province off the top of his deck. So I convert this copper into a farming village. Again, I'm going for the fairgrounds. And at this point, I think I reasoned that the game is going way too fast for me to be able to pick up fairgrounds. He will just run the provinces fast enough. So what I have to do is try to go for provinces as well and hope he stalls. And then maybe I could sneak a win out. Maybe. Because last turn he chopped a province into a province and bought one. So he only really went ahead by 1 province. So right now he has 2 provinces and a curse, and I have 1 province. So this turn is kicking off for him, which is fine, right? But maybe next turn he stalls. And I could do something, maybe. Especially if I get a couple fairgrounds here. So I have to be content at this point with 4-point fairgrounds. I was thinking of 6-point fairgrounds, but this board is just way too fast for that. Way too fast. Super fast. So here, yeah, my opponent has 11 coin tokens. What are you doing with all those coin tokens? He has as many coin tokens as he has points. And now he's gonna show off a little bit, which is perfectly reasonable in a situation, pushing this copper all the way up to its maximum potential, final form, unleashed province. That's how to do it, boys. And a nice triple province turn for my opponent. So I have to hope he stalls and then I get like double fairgrounds here or something. And then maybe province duchy next turn, and I still probably won't have enough points to get up to 30 to win. So I get a goal of my jester, which I convert into a fairgrounds, and I am going to buy just another fairgrounds here, I think. Cannot buy the province, of course. And I wanted my opponent to stall, but yeah, he does stall, but he has enough coin tokens to pick up the province. I also stall there too, so what are you gonna do? Anyway, that's game 2. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.